Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and we're up.
What is up, Lunchbox babies? How you doing, my little cheese cubes? It's Trey and Scody, and we're here to kiss. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
How
That's why
are we
we're
doing
here.
today? Scody, how are you? We barely talked since we
I know, right?
decided to start a pod.
Stranger. Yeah, suddenly now all of the funny things that happen in our lives are like, oh wait, we can't say it yet. I don't
No
know who you are
talking.
anymore.
Everything is safe for content. We become those kind of people.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not good, dude. Actually, I've grown into everything that I hated.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you either die as a solo Twitch streamer or you live long enough to become the villain. So
Hell yeah. Well, shit. This is it. This is episode 1.
Yep.
I feel like most people who are watching this probably know us, but for anyone who doesn't know us, so it probably wouldn't be a bad time to say a little bit about each of us. I'm Trey. I stream on Twitch separately. Scody. Who's that guy?
Scodo.
Scody also streams on Twitch separately. We do different things on Twitch, but today we're doing the same thing. Yeah, I mean, I've been streaming on Twitch now for like, shit. How long have I been streaming on Twitch? Three years, I think. How long have you been on here?
I mean, I've been off and on, so it's hard for me to say. I think you've been around for about 3 years, though.
Twinsies. I love that. That's what's up. Yeah.
Yeah.
So since I've been on here, I feel like I've done like mainly just chatting content. I used to play video games, but now I just shoot the shit and chill. And I started a new job and I don't stream on my own channel anymore. And I was like, I need something to commit me to doing something again. And that person is you. And I frankly, that's just
Wow.
magical.
Wow.
That's just magical. But when I'm on my own stream, I draw, make a lot of traditional tattoos, um, listen to a lot of music. I was in the top 0.5% of listeners on Spotify last year, which is kind
Dude,
of
no way.
crazy.
Me too.
Crazy flex, right? Were you really?
Yeah, I really was. Yeah, I sent it
All right,
to
it's not a
Eva.
flex then, bro. Whatever, we did the
No,
same shit.
yeah, it's just me and you up there at the top.
Just the only two people. Everyone's on Apple
Did
Music
you get a
now.
personalized thank you from your favorite artists?
Yeah, but I don't even want to say who my favorite artist was because I feel like Spotify was doing this weird thing where it just like, you ever have Spotify when your Wrapped comes around? It's like you listen to this artist a fuck ton, and you're like, no, I did, because like it just doesn't. That doesn't feel like you. I don't know if you got that, but my personalized artist was Oliver Tree, and I was like, I feel like I barely listened to Oliver Tree
Damn.
last year, but
Yeah, Oliver Tree was like a very much like 2020 era, I think. Which like
yeah, I think so too,
it's disgusting to say, but 2020 was 40 years ago now. That's
dude.
I mean, it's such a trope to be like, oh my God, that 1 year that was so many years ago is exactly that many years ago now. But like, I kind of feel like post Pandy, we have just accelerated into the future.
You know what's nuts? I just for the first time ever since the pandemic. So that this is about to show you how sheltered of a person I am and why all my friends are online. I went to a Mexican restaurant, ate some tacos. That was the first time I sat at a restaurant and ordered a drink since the Rona was announced, dude. I've never
Damn.
sat in a restaurant, and I just did that last week. And let me say, that shit was liberating. I ordered a beer. I almost felt like I was like, am I old enough to order a beer? I couldn't remember. It's been so long since I did it, and it was pretty fucking magical, dude. And I can't wait to do it again.
That's awesome.
It's crazy.
Yeah. I see, I don't know. Mia is not one. Mia, for those of you that don't know, is my lovely wife. Mia isn't one that wants to go and sit at like a restaurant. She's more of a get takeout and then, blankets on the couch and like put on a show, kind of eat dinner. So whenever we do eat out, it's usually for Outback because they have that fucking bloomin' onion. And goddamn, if I am having a terrible day,
Goddamn
I
bloomin'
will
onions.
tear up a bloomin' onion, man, and I will feel so bad about it afterwards. You're just like coated in a thin layer of grease everywhere. Like you touch your phone and then it's immediately just like a huge streak that you can't get off for a week. It's
Just a
great.
little something to take the edge off.
Yeah,
Gotta get that
yeah,
bloomin'
that's
onion
my
after a
advice
long
right
day.
there.
I love
Yeah.
that, dude.
So you did a bit of an intro, so I guess I should too.
Yeah, of course.
Uh, my name is Scody. A long time ago, my mom and dad met at a Walmart. No, but for real, they actually did meet at a Walmart, which is the
I
kind
was
of
gonna ask if that
yeah,
was true.
it is true. Yeah. But no, I've been, I don't know, wanting to create content for forever, and then life gets in the way. But I'm glad that we're able to do this show, which has been fun. Uh, it's been like a lot in the works, but to me, like that's kind of the fun part is building this out, like experimenting with the background. Like you don't understand, guys, how much time we spent being like, oh my god, like the crumpled paper bag works. Like there's something
the,
there.
the crinkles aren't right though. There's not enough
There's too
crinkles. There's
many
too many
crinkles. Yeah,
crinkles. It was a Goldilocks and the Three Bears scenario, man. We had to get that
yeah,
shit just right.
yeah. And I think that we did. So I'm super
I think
into
so too.
like music and friends and talking about like weird sound stuff. So like not to get like weird or anything, but I hit my nagi once and the hearing went out in my left ear for like 48 hours. And when it came back, I was like, holy crap, like sound is so important to me. Like not just like music and things that you think about, but like that damn squeaky wheel on like the bus. Like you don't hear that, or like while you're driving, like you're listening to music, but like there's also like road and wind sounds. But then there's also like the pleasant stuff. Like you go for so Mia goes for these walks. She calls them her barefoot walks to feel more connected with the ground and stuff. And like
That's
it's
wild,
just
by the way.
that is wild.
That's crazy.
I know,
That's
right?
actually literally wild. That's what a feral person,
Yeah,
feral child would
it was
do.
raining
Gotta
today
get
because
outside and get my barefoot walk in.
it was raining today because it's springtime and in Florida it rains like that. And so we still went for our barefoot walk. I mean, of course, I'm never barefoot for the barefoot walk, but Mia was splashing through puddles and stuff. Yep.
Dude,
So
that's fucking hilarious, man.
yeah,
Also, I didn't know that. I don't think I knew that about your hearing
yeah,
situation.
yeah. Like I said, man, like we've become strangers as soon as we had the idea for this podcast. Like anything that I was like, oh, we're gonna talk about it. Like now we can't, but
Yeah,
now we
well,
can. Now we're here. Now we get to rediscover our friendship through the lens of this camera.
but yeah, I feel like we got fun stuff planned for you. Honestly, the biggest challenge for the show today was deciding what to do for the first episode that was like digestible, no, not a lunch joke pun, that was, like, meant literally, and that made sense for the first episode. Scody and I are self-proclaimed idea men, and we have a lot of them. And if we did every idea that we had for the first episode, this would be like a 48-hour stream. Like, this would never end. Alright, your chats, we're gonna get to you. I'm gonna take a gander here. We appreciate you being the first one for the first episode, dude. And for anyone listening and not on Twitch, I appreciate you for being the first one. Say
Hmm.
first in the comments, and then we'll never know.
If you say
You wanted
first in
us to
the
kiss each
comments,
other.
mm,
Theoretically, we could do that. What's gonna happen if they say first in the comments?
uh, you gotta. We'll learn how to do cartwheels.
I'm gonna need some time. I'm gonna need a little bit of time.
And I didn't say
Have you
when. I
ever?
didn't put any.
When's the last time you tried to do a cartwheel?
The last time I tried to do a cartwheel, I think I had an incline to help me out. I was kind of like going downhill at my parents' place, which is near a river, with thus the hill. But who's to say how good it went? I don't think it went very well.
Yeah, I
But that's
can't
something
do
that I
that,
want to
dude.
improve on. It's such a freeing experience to be able to cartwheel. You just turn yourself
Do you
into.
know? How do you know if you've never? Wait, if you can't cartwhil, how do you know how free it is? You just imagine
I
it's really
at
free?
one point in time, I feel like everybody has to know how to cartwheel. Were you never a kid?
Yeah, I don't. I didn't cartwheel as a kid, bro.
Oh, you didn't?
I wasn't a
Man.
cartwheeling kid. I was a bit mature for my age. I wasn't doing
Okay.
cartwheels. I walked like a
That's
grown
fair.
man.
That's fair.
No,
And
I just couldn't cartwheel. However, if you guys are here for the first episode, stick around. If we get a million views, we're gonna know how to cartwheel by the next stream. Um,
hell yeah.
Sanzo, thanks for glazing us up, bro. Appreciate that. How are we eating this channel? You know how
Mm,
you're crazy.
with ketchup.
If we would have named it, what Scody initially wanted to, you would definitely have more to say about it.
Wait, I don't even remember what my initial idea
We were
was.
initially going to be the box lunch, and I was
Yeah.
saying that could be misconstrued.
Hell yeah.
Which, frankly, also would have been a good name.
I mean, it would have been great.
The box lunch. I feel like most people would have been like, "Oh yeah, that's normal. They're a box lunch." Dry
Yeah.
though I changed the name purely because I knew he would appear in chat, and I
Yeah.
wanted to cover up that.
Yeah. Oh, Fanu, hello. Just got back from Costco. Got yourself some bomb ass snacks in bulk. Hell yeah. I love that.
Dude, Canoe lives by the mountains. You ever seen a mountain?
Have I ever seen a mountain?
Yeah, IRL, a big ass mountain.
I mean, yeah. I went to school up in Lay Mountains of Virginia, anyways. So like, they're not the Rocky Mountains, the Appalachian Mountains, but they're still mountains.
You ever seen a mountain with snow on the top of it?
Hell yeah. It's my favorite kind
All
of
right,
mountain.
do those ones have snow on top of them?
Yeah. I mean, it depends.
Oh, I don't. Hell yeah, dude! I've never seen a mountain with snow on top of it. Fanu sent me a Snapchat today from outside of his apartment, and straight up, bro is living next to the mountains,
Damn.
like right
Yeah,
next to them.
Yeah. Yeah, the Appalachian Mountains are nice and rolling, but yeah, they got snow at the top of some of them. I mean, only in the winter though. It's not like a year-round thing. 20
It's
minutes from
crazy.
the mountains. That is crazy. All right.
I gotta leave Ohio more, dude.
Yeah, you do. You got to go get them tacos more often.
I'm getting out there. I'm doing a little bit of a little bit. Speaking of doing a little bit of a little bit, I want to do a little bit of something. So those of you who don't know Scody and I, maybe you do. I feel like I have like straight up like internet brain. Sometimes I talk outside of like a professional environment. I feel like I talk and I'm not even speaking English. I use the word bussin' like way too much. Like I shouldn't use it. Like I'll talk to my grandma and eat dinner with her and be like, "Damn, this shit's bussin'," and my grandma will be like, "What the fuck?" Yeah, or insert grandma voice. and uh and I remember the first time I remember saying "that's clutch" for the first time. That was like a big thing that the kids said at one point, and my family going, who's driving? Who's fixing a car?" And then bussing, we've all hit different times in our life, bruh. You know, slang you learn from the internet. Now it's period. It's on God for real, for real. And I thought I don't ever hear Scody use a lot of slang. I feel like Scody is a proper boy. And what I want to do is I want to corrupt him. I want to make him start talking. I want to hear him say bussin' regularly. I want to hear him say on God, no cap, no kizzy, for real, for real. I'm hitting it diffy. You know what I mean? I want to melt his brain a bit. So I thought today I would teach him a word that I use or that the internet uses. And one, I guess, see if he knows it. Two, if he doesn't, teach him the word. And the goal of today's stream, the whole goal of the stream, nothing else, is
This
for him
is
to
it.
hear this word. And if he doesn't know it, learn it. If he does know it, to organically use it at least one time during the podcast. And I don't want it to feel forced. If so, I got a little treat for him, a little reward. But I actually made a little presentation just to show Scody the word. He has the
Oh,
link to the
snap.
presentation. He has yet to open it. But I actually confirmed prior to this stream. I messaged his wife, Mia. For those of you who don't know, Scody's a married man. Sorry. And I messaged his wife and I said, "Hey, I got to think of a word that Scody doesn't know." I sent her this word that you're gonna see on screen here in a moment, and I said, "Do you think Scody knows this word?" She said, "I don't think so," and then proceeded to ask me, "How is it pronounced? Is one of these letters silent?" And I said, "Hell no. You say all of the letters. You say all of them."
All of the letters.
So now we're here,
All
and
right.
I think
Is
I'm
it
ready to
time?
present you with the word.
I can
Yeah,
open
go
it?
ahead, open it up, open the presentation, let the people see. Um, I'm really took my time on this, and by took my time, I mean about 15 minutes to present this for you.
Damn. I mean,
Um,
that's pretty intense.
yeah, this was totally not. I totally custom made the template that you're gonna see. I didn't just use one of the top first 10 templates that popped up. And if you're
Amazing.
laughing, I'm hoping that that means that unfortunately that means you already know the word, and I didn't prepare a backup word.
Well, we're about to find out. All right, so I have it open. I haven't looked at it yet. Uh, All right, so my initial impression is
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
slang
full screen
word
this.
of the day. It is full screen,
Mhm,
yeah.
mhm. Okay, okay, cool. It is now, yeah.
Get. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Have you
All
seen
right.
this word before?
My initial impression is like if you go like, yeah, damn. That's like what I'm thinking it is. I want to know how
Okay.
close I am to the truth.
Yeah, well, I can elaborate on that a little bit. Let's
Okay.
proceed, and then you'll see maybe the context that I use it in, and
All right, yeah. Gyat. Gyat.
yeah. No, you're right.
All right, are you reading this
Yeah.
definition or do you think it's better if I do?
I mean, it's up to you. Here, I'll do it for you, just so that you can hear, a man of culture, real
Of
culture.
course, yes.
No, "Gyatt" or "Gyatt" is a slang term used to express strong excitement, surprise, or admiration. "Gyatt" is most commonly used as an explanation in reaction to seeing a large butt, that is the buttocks, and that's a
Oh,
hyperlink if
okay.
you don't know what
Yeah.
buttocks is, but you don't need to click that. It's just a dictionary.com hyperlink. And it may be used as a noun to mean large butt. So you can
Mhm.
use it in the
Okay.
context of, yeah, damn, but you could also say, click the screen. I
Okay.
just want all of my work to go noticed. Yeah, that right there. There you go. An example would be, looks like Scody's been doing squats. Yeah. But how I would use it would be, Scody got that BBL. Now I get to see that. See, I like to make a play on words when I use gap, and I also like to use it in relation to the buttocks. However, you could say, "God damn, he's really good at that video game," but that's boring.
Mhm.
God damn. So if you could try to use it today, organically, ideally it would be in the form of someone's rear, but it's open to interpretation.
Yeah. I mean, going into this, I knew that I would be learning a slang word and I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm cool with it." Like I can pick up what Trey's going to put down, but and now seeing it, I'm realizing how much of an ask that might actually be to use it organically.
I didn't want
I'm
it to be
so
too easy. I was like, he's hip with the kids, but he can't be too hip with the kids.
Oh man. All right. And that's
You
it.
soaking it in?
Yeah. That that's all
Okay,
she wrote.
beautiful.
Oh, there's Fanu. Sorry. I know that we're ignoring chat because we hate you guys, but you guys are are putting the gat in chat, so I appreciate that. That
Oh,
doesn't
god
count.
damn.
That doesn't count. All right. Well, as I think about my pending mortality and how I'm soon going to be not hip with it anymore. The next time you see me, I'm gonna have like gray hair and a cane.
A full beard.
those those kids, get them kids off my stream. Oh man.
I don't know why this is so ridiculous, but I just imagine you as the old man walking away, but your ass is just fat as fuck because you learned what the gout was. It's the last slang
I
you
mean, I do
learned,
be
and you
hitting those
devoted
squats. Yeah,
it.
dude, pour one out for the Scody butt, man. It
Scody
does the
butt.
most.
I devoted my last 50 years of life to fully understanding the gout.
I feel like it's like the Avatar, the Last Airbender. I have to learn like four four like genres of slang and then use them all together.
Dude, that would be sick. That would be a good like finale to like the first season of Lunchbox Pod. Would be just the whole episode is you using every word that you learned throughout the season. It's not
I'd have
even
to like
English anymore.
just like put my hat sideways. I'd have to like
What's up, fellow
yeah.
gamers on God for real, for real. Today we're about to get down and bust it
No
sexual
cap.
style.
Oh my god.
Oh God, dude.
Well, that's
Good shit. Good
ridiculous.
shit.
Yeah, it is. All right. Well, you gave me a little bit of something, so maybe it's time for me to give you a little bit of something. And as we mentioned earlier, I'm crazy for sound. I fucking love sound. Sounds great. We hear it all the time. And like I feel like a lot of times sounds go unnoticed. So this next segment is going to be dedicated to exactly that. Sounds that we probably have heard at some point in the past. Maybe you haven't. It's possible. But more importantly, can you identify these sounds? So,
Okay.
Lunchbox Pod presents Trey hears a what? Look at that. That's you.
What the hell?
Beautiful. All right, so we're gonna
That
kick it
was
off.
weird. The double layered tray was too much to see.
The
That was
two layered
jarring for
Trey.
me.
It was like a shadow of yourself, but the shadow is an HD. All right, and with me, this guy. All right, so we're gonna start off with what I think is an easy sound. I worked very hard on trying to pick sounds that weren't easy, but also weren't difficult. And if you've ever picked like a quiz for something for somebody, like you understand the struggle. And also, we've never played this before, so I have no idea like where the baseline is.
And I have not listened to any of these prior to this. We were saving this moment
Indeed. All right.
for all of
So,
you.
all right, everybody, quiet in the studio, quiet on set. We're gonna play this sound number one. I'll hit it as many times as you need it. Oh yeah, and what does he win if he gets them right? Well, that's for you to find out and for us to know. And I mean, Trey might find out if we get any of these right. All right, here we go. Sound number one.
Wow, that was familiar. Why was that? That did feel familiar. All right,
Okay.
I'm gonna turn my volume up on your end because I had you turned down a little bit.
Yeah,
All right,
I'm
go
gonna
ahead and
turn it
hit
up
me with
for.
that shit again because I think I can figure that out.
All right, I think you can too. And remember, put your response in the slide. Edit it. It
Yeah,
won't
yeah,
show up
yeah,
until
yeah,
we
yeah.
go out and back in. And here we go. Sound number one, round two. Now, don't say it in chat if you know it.
Here, all right, these are gonna be super like. Are these gonna be like a super niche sound? This is gonna be something very specific, right? You don't have to tell me. But I actually am gonna go like with. We'll play all the sounds again, and I'll present my guess. I'll tell you guys once I've guessed, and then you go ahead and guess. I won't change my guess. I'm gonna lock this in.
All right, you're locking in for sound number one.
And I'm just anticipating. I'm just anticipating that you went with something like super super niche, and like you want me to have to think. Like this isn't
Oh
on
yeah.
the nose. This is like this is so specific. So I went so specific.
Okay, good. Yeah,
Um.
that I expected nothing less. If I'm being real.
Okay. Okay. Great. I feel like I've heard that before. And
Mhm.
this isn't meant to be silly. I really think I got that one.
All right. Well, I can't wait to see what your guess was for sound number one. But before we get there, we have, of course, sound number two. We're getting more difficult as the quiz goes on, but also maybe I don't know. I think you got it. I have full faith in you. So here we go. Sound number
Um,
two.
Yo, what the fuck? I've heard that before too. These are all triggering like some weird. That one gave me. So I always have this response to like. I can also hide chat if they want to guess in chat, just so that it could be like fun for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I can hide chat from myself if you want to let everyone play along. and then I'll unhide them here in a minute.
All right, sounds good.
Um, okay, so do you ever get that feeling when like someone's alarm goes off when you're like at work and you go, "Oh fuck no, I'm waking up again." And like
Uh-huh.
it's just like you have a whole crisis. That's I felt a similar feeling, but not in a negative way. Like I've heard that noise before.
Mm.
Play that for me again. Run that
All
back one
right.
more
All
time.
right, we're running it back. Sound number 2.
God, what is that? That is weirdly familiar,
Oh
dude.
yeah. No, when you hear that one, I almost
Oh,
guarantee you're gonna know it.
what the fuck?
Yeah. Man, this is so much fun on this side of things because I can only imagine how frustrating it is to like hear something like maybe so familiar but also so elusive. Because it's just enough of the sound to make it sound familiar, but not enough of it for you to be like, "Oh yeah, that's what it is."
Because I've heard that before. For sure, I've heard that before.
Mhm.
All right, I'm locking this answer in. God, has anyone in chat had any good guesses thus far?
I will say somebody in chat has gotten it. I had it pulled up. I saw it scroll by.
Did they
So
get the first one as well?
I don't think anybody guessed the first one because they were respecting our rules.
Gotcha. Well, damn.
Yeah,
Shout out. Okay,
I know,
that's
right?
sick. Fuck, man, that sound okay. All right, let's just. I, I'm all right. I'm expecting like maybe I'm gonna get a B on this. I'm grading myself.
All right.
Hit me with the next one.
All
Hit
right,
me
here we
with the
go. Here we
next
go.
one.
Sound number 3. All right. We'll see if this one sounds familiar. I will say it's getting more difficult.
What in the fuck, dude?
Yeah, that's a hard one.
Okay.
I will admit.
Can I ask questions?
Yeah,
Are
absolutely.
there
I mean, I
questions?
might not answer them, but you could totally ask
Okay,
it.
okay, okay. I'm gonna ask.
Yeah.
Was that looping or was that the sound happening in real time? Was that looped or
So it wasn't looped. It was the sound happening that many times. However, I did cut
okay,
down
okay.
the space in between.
Okay, you did. All right.
Mhm.
I think that's important when when I'm guessing
Yeah,
here.
no, I think that's appropriate. Yeah.
Okay. Hit me with that shit again.
All right, here we go. I know it's quiet, so I'll be quiet.
Okay, at the beginning, I felt like I knew what that was. And then the longer it goes on, the more I feel like I don't know what it is. Like, uh, okay, I'm gonna work it through out loud.
Okay.
Just okay, at the start, I thought
Mhm.
I heard bzz, 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 and I was like, okay, that's like someone's phone vibrating, but at a distance. When I heard like the very first little bit, I was like, I
Mhm.
don't someone's phone's vibrating I don't know where the phone is. It doesn't sound exactly like, but I knew you were gonna try to throw me off. But then when it started like it was almost making a call of sorts, like how a bird would make a call, but it
Mhm.
sounded so fucked and weird. All right, well, let me hear it one more time. Play that one
All
more
right.
time. I'm
All
gonna
right.
guess
Here we
after this
go.
one.
Yeah, use your context clues. There's plenty of sound in there.
Okay, yeah. Good, good. What the fuck? Okay, I do hear something.
All right.
Okay, I hear water. There's water nearby. I hear
Hmm.
running water or wind or so I think it's water.
All right. You locking in your guess?
Yeah.
Okay, that's all right. I think we'll do like one last round where once we listen to all 5 sounds, we'll go back to the top and listen through it again.
I think that's good. I think we should let chat lock in their final answers. Listen,
Mm.
man, it's not getting better for me from here. I'm just gonna say
All right,
it.
I have high hopes for this next sound. Sound number 4, I think, is all you. I think you're gonna hear it and you're gonna be like, "Yes, I know what this is."
Okay, okay, okay,
All right, here we go. No pressure or
okay.
anything, but here comes
I'm
sound number
locking in.
4.
I know that sound. What the fuck is wrong with my brain? If I don't have pictures, I don't know things.
I know, right? That's crazy.
Holy shit, dude. Play that. Wait, play that again.
Yep. Man, they
Someone in
they're
chat already got that right. I know someone did. Probably Fanu because he's the type of person who would know that sound. And I know Fanu so well. All right.
That's so funny. All right, you ready?
Yeah. That's something loading up, obviously. But what is it? Is that obvious? What, I'm gonna say that and then look like a dumbass. God, that was something loading. So you just booted something up. But I gotta think of what that something is that just got booted up.
Hmm.
One
Yeah,
more time.
we could let that one cook for a second if you want. We'll
No,
come
hit
back
me
to it.
with it. Let me get it.
You want another one?
Dude, I'm as the kids say, I'm feeling froggy.
All right, you want sound number 4 again, or are we moving on?
No, I want to hear that one more time.
All
That's
right, here
gonna
we go.
drive me nuts.
It's gonna drive you nuts.
Okay, move on. Let's move on. Let's move on.
It's a
I'll circle
great
back.
piece. It's a great piece of sonic media, if I'm being real. It's like clearly that's not just a nature sound, but whoever did it did a great job. All right, now for the ultimate sound here, sound number 5. As you can see, there is a part 2 to this one, but that's gonna come after your guess to see if it will clear up anything after your initial
Okay,
guess. So
I
this
love
one's
that.
very short, and it comes hot and heavy. All right. So I'll play it here in a second. Just be ready. Here comes sound number 5.
Oh, that was it?
Yeah, that was it.
Okay, I'm locking in. Is it possible to spam it?
Oh yeah.
Interesting.
Mm. Mm.
It says so little, but it says so much.
It really does.
It- It's a beautiful piece.
It is. It's gorgeous, honestly. And you'll have
All
so
right, well,
much of a greater appreciation for it. And so the funny thing is, I'm almost pretty sure that you've heard it before. I feel like most of us that are savvy with the internet have heard it before, and that is a hint.
okay, play it again then.
All right, here we go.
Interesting. So, do I guess prior to this part 2 or
Yeah.
what's the
Yeah, we'll
situation?
we'll guess. We'll see your answers. We'll listen to them all again, and then I'll play you part 2, and you'll have a chance to see if you got it.
All right, I need to hear it one more time before I lock it in.
All right.
Dude, what the fuck? What the hell?
Oh my god. And you can't even imagine the catalog of just weird ass sounds that I have that I've just picked up, and I'm like,
Is there
that'll
any
be good.
clue within that? I can't even tell if that's
Uh,
a real word, if it's just a noise. All
okay,
right,
I'll
one
tell
more
you.
time.
All right. If you want a hint, I'll give you a hint.
Yeah, give me that hint.
All right. The hint is that it's artificially created from something organic.
Wow. Yeah, wow, that's a beautiful riddle. Thanks so much for that. That cleared up a lot of things for me.
You're welcome. I thought of it on the spot.
That was really good. Artificially created by something organic. All right, one more time, and I'm locking it in. Is chat
All
have any
right.
guesses? Is anyone guessing?
I think this one's stumped chat too.
All right. Also, anything man-made is artificially is art. Wait, artificially. I guess it's yeah. Like if
Yeah.
okay, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. They're getting close in chat, I will say. You guys are almost there. Although I love Sanzo's guesses. That was great. All right. Let me know when you're locked in.
Dude, I was feeling so confident at the beginning of this, and I was like, "Yeah, bro, I'm getting at least a B." I actually think I got all of these wrong. I think it's probable that I got all of these wrong. But what I will say is, what we should do is we'll go. I'm locking these in. I will not adjust any answers. I
Mm-hmm.
think we should play them. Let me read what chat's saying just to see how dumb I am, and then
Okay.
show my answer. So you go ahead and pull up the screen that I edited, so that you know I'm making no edits from here on out.
Yep. All right. It's up.
My hands are clear. They're not on the keyboard, not on the mouse, not on my weenie. You see them. Everybody sees them, right? All right. So this is no cheating. I'm just gonna move the chat window. Are you comfortable with this set of rules, Scody?
Yeah. No, I have this in presentation mode, so even if you did make edits, it wouldn't make them.
Beautiful. Okay. Um. God, you guys have been saying a lot of shit. All right. I'm not even gonna read. I'm not. You know what? I'm not even gonna read these chats right now. I'm just gonna read. You guys are gonna have to retype it in real time.
All right.
From the top, Scody can play the sounds. You guys guess. I want to see what you guess and see if anyone guessed what I guess.
All right.
Are you
Here
reading
we
my
go.
answers right now?
Oh, I am. Yeah. Because that's where the
Uh,
slide is. That all the
oh, okay, cool.
the
Yeah, I
music
didn't
is.
know how. I was trying to look at your expression and gauge how well I
Yeah. I'm
did. I'm
I'm trying to
guessing
I'm
not
trying to
good.
poker face it. I won't tell you how good or bad
It's
you did
like when
yet.
you're in school and the teacher looks over your shoulder
Mm-hmm.
and you're like, "Did I do it right?" And the face that they make when they're like, "No, son, you didn't do it
Or worse
right."
yet, they just don't say anything. They just
Yeah, they're
walk
just
on.
like,
Mm.
okay, maybe we'll get you in a different class, buddy."
Oh
God
man.
damn it. Okay.
All right. Without further ado, here we go. Back at the top with sound number 1. So unironically, that's one of my favorite sounds. I really love that sound.
Dude, that okay, okay. Okay, my so that wasn't what my guess was. Those are good guesses. Those are probably a lot better than mine. Um, great.
All
Okay, I
right.
wish we had it set up so we could show my individual guesses one by one.
Yeah. In the
I mean, I
future,
guess I could say them out loud and we could just show the slide at the end.
I think we'll just rapid fire through the sounds and then we'll just pull them all up and then we'll listen to them
Yeah,
one
yeah,
last
yeah.
time.
Great idea. I feel that. All right, cool. Great.
Beautiful. That was sound number 2.
I'm so locked into what these guys are thinking.
Yeah. This is one that they got pretty much right away, I will say. All right. Sound number 3.
That one's fucked, dude. That feels like I should know what that is.
Yeah, when you know what it is, you can hear it.
God, these guys are gonna flame me. I should have found the sounds and made you guess.
You should have. Yeah. Although your suggestion of is it macaroni and cheese or is it something else was
Yeah,
pretty
that was
exciting. I was ready for that. All right, here we go. Sound number 4.
a lot of those are familiar.
I was hoping that they would hit some nostalgia with some of them. All right.
Okay, I thought multiple of those things at one point, but I was
Yeah.
like, am I
Yeah. And then here's sound number 5. Should I play it with a little bit more context? It might help you out.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Wait,
All
wait,
right,
wait.
here we
I,
go.
I want to see what everyone else's guess was. So obviously, somebody probably guessed an orgasm or coming. I already foresaw that because it
Yep.
had the same vibes of that. You know that turtle? That's
Oh
like
yeah.
that turtle meme.
Yep. I definitely remember that. I mean, who could forget the turtle with the croc?
All right, yeah.
The
Let's have
love
the
story of the
context.
century. All right, here we go. Here's some context.
Scientists were able to mimic Nessie Amun's voice by recreating his mouth and vocal cords with a 3D
Oh shit!
printer. It allowed them to
I've.
produce a single sound.
Yeah, that was
God
just for
damn
you.
it, dude.
I've been sitting on that one for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, man.
Uh,
God damn it, dude. You
all right,
guys, I think I got everyone wrong.
here we go. The big reveal. Bam. You guessed Rainforest Cafe, which, like,
I thought
honestly,
that was the. Yeah, I thought it
I
was
can
like
see it.
really niche. Yeah, I thought you
Yeah.
were. It was like the sounds from inside the rainforest cafe. I didn't know how crazy we were getting.
Yeah, I mean, that is definitely something that I'd put on this. But what it is an elk's bugle call. Yep. Elks just go
Damn.
out there in the mountains and then they just let that out so that they know that they're ready to mate. That's
That's
what
what's
that
up.
sound is.
They do
Yeah.
be fucking.
Yeah, they do be. And it's also one
The
of my
Taylor
favorite
Swift Meat
sounds.
Canyon thing, like I heard that. I don't know if you watched that video, but that's exactly what that sounded like.
That's interesting. I haven't watched that yet, so maybe that's something I'll have to look up after time. All right,
Yes,
so
for
this is
sure, for
sound
sure.
number 2. Chat got sound number 2.
All right, well, what is that?
It's Reading Rainbow. It's the intro.
Oh my god, dude.
Yep.
That's why it was felt so
Butterflies in the
nostalgic.
sky. Yep.
I could not put. Oh my god, honorary points to chat for sure.
Yep. Yeah, you guys definitely get that one. They were even typing the lyrics at one point.
What?
Yeah,
Dude.
but it's just the intro. If I had played it for a second longer, you would have gotten it for sure.
Yeah, I feel that felt like I said, man. It had a feeling of like I felt that before at like a
Mhm.
vulnerable time in my life.
Mhm.
And that's
Yeah.
why.
You knew it was a beginning because you said it was like the phone alarm going off, like you're waking up, but it
Damn
wasn't
it, dude.
necessarily like a
Also, thanks for
negative.
trying to make me feel better. I can tell by the way you're trying to make sense of my answers.
No, I mean, I like this point of view because I don't know if I could have done any better like in your position. Like these are so niche sounds. All right, so this next one is a relatively new sound that I have
I
discovered
need
that
to
I
know what that
love.
is.
All right, so we'll have it playing. So what you heard in the background that sounds like water, it's actually a group of insects.
What?
Yep, it's a beehive in the background.
Oh shoot. What?
Yep, and with the sound that you're hearing over the top, it's called piping, is the sound that a queen bee makes when the hive is about to split. And so this is the queen bee
Dude.
saying, "Hey, the hive is too big. We about to split. If another queen bee matches that inside the hive, then they go to fucking war, dude."
Oh shit, dude.
Yep.
So it wasn't a seagull with an illness.
No, it
That
wasn't,
was
but
way more
it
intense.
was in the nature realm. So, I mean,
Dude,
if you had gotten like insects instead of water, because that's such an ambiguous sound, like I feel like your guess would have been pretty much. If you said beehive, I would have given that to you.
well, fuck yeah, I would have expected it for hearing just that. But holy shit, did anyone guess anything closer? Or was everyone stumped on that?
Nah, that one stumped everybody, which I kind of expected. A queen bee's work. I was my second guess.
That's so
Hell yeah.
funny, dude.
Yeah. No, but I mean that bees are crazy. Anyways, sound number 4.
At first, I was like, "Is this a PlayStation?" That's the initial thing I thought was, "Is this a PlayStation booting up?" And then while I'm sitting there thinking, in the sentence that you used to like when you were talking to me, you said the word Sonic, and my brain clinged on to that because I was like, "He's throwing me a bone here."
I was
He's
throwing you astray. You're right with PlayStation. That's the
I was like,
PlayStation 1 boot sound.
Dude, I literally initially was like, "Oh, that's the PlayStation 2," and then I was like, "No." And then you said something. I forget what you even said,
Yeah,
but you said something and you slung the word Sonic in there, and
yeah.
I'm like, you know
I think
what?
I said it's a
This
good
guy.
piece of like sonic media. I think is exactly
That's
what I
what you
said.
said,
Yeah.
and I was like, this guy fucks with hedgehogs, bro. Let me sling this in here.
Damn. All right, and then we kind of gave away sound 5 a little bit. Yeah. Like a 3,000-year-old mummy that they 3D scanned his like nose and throat, 3D printed that shit, and then produced a single sound, which is that huh, which like honestly, if I hadn't made a sound in like 3,000 years, that's probably what I would make too.
Dude, then you said it was artificially made by something organic. Is that what you said?
I said it was like artificially produced by something organic or something like that. I can't remember what I said.
And then I was like, then I started going, okay, humans are organic. They make everything. Oh, it's a rubber chicken. It's like the snippet at the end of like
I
a rubber
know,
chicken
yeah.
going off.
The rubber chicken noise honestly is what it sounds like. And if you see the video, like what they 3D printed like rubber to make like the mouth and nose and stuff. So it probably sounds very similar to a rubber chicken. Like honestly, it's just a 3,000-year-old rubber chicken.
So, I don't get the reward that we talked about.
I mean, you could definitely still get one for honor points, but it's
So
just
what you're saying is I don't. You know what? I'll just end this. Let's exchange
just
rewards
end
at
it.
the end of stream. If yeah, actually, let's just end stream
Just
right
end
now.
stream right now.
This is a nightmare. No.
Worst idea
That was a
we've
lot
ever
of
had.
fun though.
Yeah.
I feel like I need to study. I need to study up some sounds, and then I need to present this to you and see if I can
Mm.
stump you in the future.
I would love that, yeah. Because I mean, I want to be in your seat. I want to know how it feels to have something pull at my nostalgia strings, but then have no idea what it is.
Dude, it's like, yeah, it feels like it's right on the tip of your tongue. You're like, "Ah, it's right there."
Mm.
Hell yeah, dude, that was a lot of fun.
Well, good. I'm glad you liked it. I because I had no idea how hard to make it. Because if it was like I played the like Netflix badum, and you're like, oh well, that's Netflix, and then we were just like, okay, cool, next sound.
I feel like we can like the next layout we do for one of these,
Mm,
we can I don't know. I feel like we can even up the ante a bit. We'll have to talk. We'll have to talk off stream.
for sure, yeah. No, we could definitely make this into something more. I have so many weird
That's
sounds.
what I'm looking for, baby. That macaroni and cheese. Do you want to take a second since we just did like a pretty large segment to just acknowledge, let me go through and see what some of these people were
Yeah.
saying while I was in the sound chamber getting silly with the sounds.
Oh yeah.
I want to see if any of you guys guessed anything funny. Reading Rainbow. Holy shit, that was quick. That was your first one. Sounds like a ringtone. Okay, we were on the same page.
Yeah.
Birdie came in. Welcome in, Birdie. Can I get some lunch? No. You sat at the other table. You can't sit with us. Nah, I'm just kidding. Welcome in, Birdie. First one was a Taylor Swift Meat Canyon video. It sounds literally identical to that. Mating call of an animal. I want to say a giraffe for some reason. Damn, you guys were good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, chat was on it.
It's a turtle. Okay, I kind of thought turtle at one point for a totally different sound, but I'll pretend like we were on the same page. Really good. Sounds like an old toy that would turn and moo. We had to permit the term orgasm. I love that. Sounds like Trey having an orgasm. I actually almost made that joke. And you're not and I didn't make it because it was too real. And I didn't want to get
Put
found
that one
out.
back.
Yeah, mine's actually pitched up a little bit.
Mm.
Trey 100% knows it. Fart box. That hint confuses me. Yeah, that hint was a fucking riddle. That's what you'd have to solve to get into the tomb with the mummy, dude.
Yeah, damn right. I am that mummy. That's me.
You wipe off a dusty hieroglyph and it says something. It's artificial. Stephen
Oh, man.
Hawking, not oh my god, bro. It's a Minecraft villager. It's not it's not bad. It kind of sounded like that.
It did, and it also was a synthesized voice. So honestly, Stephen Hawking wasn't that far off either.
Wait, did we guess Trey making a villager sound? TTS, not specific. Sounds almost like my mating call, Dry says. Nice. That's also not true. Yours has crying afterwards, and he wouldn't have cut that out.
That's true. That's part of like the sound signature.
You want me to tell you what my favorite one was out of all of them?
Yeah,
Just so you can get a gauge. If you ever do one of these for anyone in the future, what the best one was? The queen bee mating call. That one was interesting. I got a little
Hell yeah.
factoid that I didn't know about bees.
Hell yeah.
I like that one. That one was cool. It had context clues in the background, which I thought was water, so it didn't really help me. But that was cool that there was like layers to that sound.
Yeah, I'm glad you like that one. I found it recently, and the very first thing I did is I showed Mia. I was like, Mia, listen to this. And she's like, what the fuck am I listening to? I was like, isn't it interesting? Yeah.
No. Say, sure, honey.
No, she does. Because then, like, you know, imagine it like pitched down and it's like the bugle of like a war cry. Like that queen is like, all right, bitches, like you're either with me or you're against me. And then they like have a tiny battle and it sounds like nothing.
I have to look up a video of that though. I'm like very interested.
You know,
now.
I'm way ahead of you. I have that pulled up already.
Oh my god, this guy.
I know.
This guy does shit, dude. He knows stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd love
I
to see
also
that.
have something else pulled up for you that I think will be gratifying to say the least.
Brilliant.
So,
I'd love to see both things.
yeah, here we go. I think that this is probably a good video. Nope. Here we go.
Switch to Google Fi
Oh, yeah.
Wireless
God
and get the unlimited
damn
Trey,
it.
I just really
extra
think
perks
that
and
it's
6 months
important
of
that you
YouTube
stay
Premium
connected
on
to your
us.
friends and family,
You
Trey.
can
So
stay connected on
Google
the go.
Fi,
International data
it
in
has
200+
international data in
destinations
200
and
plus
unlimited
destinations.
high-speed
Did you know
hotspots
that?
on the range.
God damn it, dude. I wait, we got an ad for this? The first episode?
We're
Google
sponsored?
that?
What? Wow. All right, here we go.
That's sick, dude.
All right.
We
Let
better
me
use
make
some
sure
of that
there's
money
a-
to get YouTube Premium.
Butterfly in the sky, I can go twice as high. Take a look, it's in a book, a reading rainbow.
Yeah, dude.
All right.
Definitely a second longer. I feel like I would have
Yep.
actually got that.
Yep. All you needed was the butt. Yeah.
You should have you should have laughed. We should have just kept it going from there. That was pretty
Nah,
good
good.
though.
Nah,
Chat, how do you guys feel about that?
All right.
Could he do better?
Oh, I could definitely do better.
Yeah, now that I've seen them, I can tell they're bees. Like when you listen, now you're like, that's a fuck ton of bees.
Yep. And isn't it weird that one of the first things that I thought when I heard the sound is that it sounds like an alarm. It sounds like a warning call, like for humans. And like these bees are just like, yeah, this is like our warning call that the hive is too big and it's about to split. Like there's it's like our air raid siren, but in bee form.
That is weird. I bet there's a word for that.
Yeah, there better be.
Like the crossover. That's why initially I thought it was a bird because it was like a call. I was like, it sounds like.
Now that I see them, I can
Good.
tell they're bees.
Sorry, I was trying not to react to your chat immediately, Fadu, but I saw them, and then when I closed my eyes, it was clear. I could hear them. Now that I see them, I could hear them. I guess is a better way. A better way to word
Sense.
that.
Yeah, we hear a lot with our eyes. That makes sense.
For sure. Jesus Christ. That was, God damn. That was a lot of fun.
Good. I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah, that was a good segment, dude.
Swarming is when
Alright, let's-
bees naturally divide the existing colony roughly in half, says Feels Dry. Look at that. We got some bee experts in the chat. I love it.
Isn't it crazy that like bees also know what like half is?
Isn't it crazy that like bees know when there's too many of them and that they gotta go to war and then they make that little sound and then they call it piping? Did you know that, Trey?
Yeah, the last sound that you played for me earlier made me want to do some piping. All right, whatever.
All right, and we've successfully beaten that joke into the bees.
Yeah,
All right.
thank you.
I think what we're talking about next is something a bit scary.
Spooky. Not that scary. I think
Not-
that everyone can relate to it to a degree. And we brought this up in a Discord call and then proceeded to not talk to each other about it
We shut
whatsoever.
that shit
We were like,
down.
actually, save it for the pod. Don't talk. Well, let's wait 2 weeks to talk about this. Let's only now when we hang out, we can only talk about all the uninteresting things that happen to us. We talk about work and we talk about graphics for the podcast. Nothing else.
That's it.
No
We
video
talk
games,
about
no nothing.
posting schedules. We talk about what color we should use for different logos, and we talk about how long it takes me to take a selfie before sending it to Trey for use.
Yeah, I'm glad that you got out of your comfort zone though. It took you a little bit longer than me, but I did ask Scody for a selfie the other day and he did have to provide a selfie on the fly.
I did.
But this is what I like about Scody is, yeah, you ask a guy for a selfie.
Oh god, I feel like this is gonna be like a give a mouse a cookie type of story.
You ask a guy for a selfie and you think, oh, he's gonna snap a quick picture, nothing crazy. No, this man gives you options in a Google folder. He provides 4 selfies. I got to make my choice of selfies, and that's what I appreciate about you.
I did give you options, and I did like an entire makeover beforehand too.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Scody,
Dude.
you had a mustache. Fuck, man.
Yeah.
You want to elaborate on that? What was that process like? What went through your head when I asked for that selfie?
So it wasn't all at once. It was more of like a step process, right? I was like, step 1, I got to go figure out where I don't have shadows under my eyes that make me look like I haven't slept in 3 weeks, which is hard to do because I haven't. Step 2 was, now that I'm in this area, I need to make sure that there's like no incriminating evidence of like house messiness or like, just other stuff that is like unsightly in the house that like you don't want to send to somebody that's not expecting it. And then my next thing was, all right, I took a picture and I look like, I mean, you've all seen me with a mustache, and if you haven't, you can imagine it's not good. My mustache only grows here, and then I get like a little bit right here. I get like a little bit of the soulness right there, and I'm not about it if I'm being real. I don't think it looks good on me. I can't pull it off. So then I had to shave, and once I shaved, I realized like, man, my hair is crazy. Because I've never had long hair in like my entire life. I've always had short hair. And then I had the ability to grow my hair out, and I did so very much. And now it's very poofy and curly. And it looks like I'm almost like Einstein if he still had most of his hair.
Way cooler than Einstein. He's
Yeah.
a dork.
All that to say that it took me like 30 minutes to send 4 pictures in a Google photo when Trey asked for a selfie for a promo.
And then he left the Discord call with a mustache and just came back without a mustache. And it wasn't the first thing that he addressed at all. Like a couple of moments passed prior to saying that.
Man. Well,
Okay,
luckily,
anyways.
our next segment is going to be way less painful than taking a selfie. We're going to talk about times that we have ever broken a bone. Which I have no idea how many bones. True.
Even.
Yeah, I don't even know if Trey has broken anything because we shut this shit down as soon as it came up in conversation. So now I'm very excited, Trey. Do you want to start things off? You got a story?
Dude, hell yeah. So this is actually, and I'm curious if you've broken a bone and if you can relate to this. But before we start, I'll ask if you've broken. No, I won't ask because that'll give it away. I have broken a bone. I'll start with the less fun one. A quick shot. I did break my finger in a garage door one time. I slammed the garage door at a friend's house and it totally fucked my finger up. The tip of my finger, my middle finger actually, was just like angled. It was just like no longer straight. It was just like sideways. And I was told by my friend, you may as well spend the night. I was in like middle school. He's like, you may as well spend the night. They're not gonna do anything for it. So I remember his stepdad kind of squeezed my finger and then wrapped duct tape around it. And I never did anything about it. That this finger eventually remained straight. We were good. I feel like there's a slight little curvature to it. I think it's this finger, but I don't think it's even noticeable anymore. I think he fixed my shit, but it was totally
Damn.
fucked when I did it.
Yeah. So duct
This
tape
middle
does
finger
fix
right
everything.
here.
Yeah.
Um, however, I've also broken a bone 3 times, the same bone 3 times.
Damn.
So,
What'd it do to you?
dude, yeah, I know, right? I when I was younger, me and one of my cousins. I don't know if you ever had this experience. I don't. Do you have any cousins that are close to your age? Did you ever have that experience?
Yeah, I definitely.
Like,
Yeah, when I was younger, definitely hung out with the cousins.
that's what's up. See, I had a cousin. His name is Austin. And me and Austin decided we were going to go, we weren't old enough to drive a car, but we were old enough to fit in a wagon. And I don't know if you've ever sat in a wagon and flipped the handle up towards yourself and then you use the handle to steer when
Hmm.
someone pushes you, if that's like a universal experience for
Oh yeah,
children all over America.
it's gotta be.
But we used to do that and we'd whip that motherfucker. And he got in it with me in the back and we had his sister push us. And this was in front of my house that I lived at the time. And we're driving like crazy. We're doing all kinds of crazy shit. We're flipping it. It's so much fun until we fall. And out of all of the crazy falls that we did that whole day, we fell and it's like I fell in slow motion. Like it felt like the most little baby fall that could have possibly happened. And I fell and I fall arms wide. And as I fall, Austin falls on my arm and I had weak little
Damn.
brittle bones as a child. And he fell, broke my arm. And then I've no one in my family ever broke a bone before. And I went to my mom and I was like, this really hurts. What she does is doesn't know how to react because she doesn't know anything about broken bones because she's never broken a bone. So she walks me around the town that I lived in and knocks on neighbors' doors and goes, go and try show me your arm real quick. I have to hold up my broken arm. I was like, what do you think? Is it broken? Until eventually one of the neighbors go, my mom's name is Lisa, by the way. They go, Lisa, got to take her to the hospital. And I was like, damn, okay. And takes me to the hospital.
Man.
I remember that my dad was like, come on now, why'd you do that? And I was like, I didn't choose to do it. So I broke that bone. Then it healed. And so like maybe 6 months after, I was spending time with another set of cousins and I was playing basketball. And I was
Mhm.
talking mad shit to one of my cousins who was there while I was playing basketball. I can't remember what about. And I'm like, I'm talking on my shit. And as I'm talking shit, I trip over my own feet in front of them. And this was a karma break. And I
Man.
catch myself on the same arm that I broke 6 months prior. And when I catch myself on that arm, it literally just fucking gone, dude. The arm's fucked. It
Man.
looks fucked. It doesn't look right. It's at a weird angle. And and I had just walked to the front door and I opened the door. I'm like, Mom. And I'm just
Damn.
my arms all like I did it again. But
Well, at
that
least
time it
this
was less
time she had.
scary.
Yeah, she had experience.
Yeah, she knew. So we went straight to the doctor. The first time I had like a cast that only went like I don't know where my green screen's cutting
Yeah,
off
you're in.
here. Wait, let me see if I can give you. Yeah, it went to like here. My second
Mhm.
cast after I broke it the second time, it went to like here, and that
Dang.
one sucked. And I don't know if anyone's ever had a cast, but those motherfuckers smell when you're done. And if you have a
Mm.
cast that goes all the way up and keeps your joint bent, when you get the cast off, your arm like naturally wants to keep going back to that position. Like it's such a learning curve to like get your arm to stay straight again, or at least in my case, it was. And
Damn.
I hated it. Every time it happened to me, it was during nice warm weather. It felt like, or when my family was doing something cool, like going on vacation or swimming or anything. And we used to wrap trash bags around my arm and then just duct tape the trash bags. So like that I could
Damn.
like chill in the pool with my arm
Yeah.
like hanging out. So then that heals. As it begins to heal, I go to a doctor visit and they're like, yeah, man, looks like the bone healed up pretty good, but it didn't heal in the right angle, so we're gonna have to break that motherfucker again. So
Damn.
I have to go to the doctor and get put under anesthesia. My first time ever being put under anesthesia so that they can re-break my arm and then set it in place.
Man.
So It was like pretty fresh off the heel, and I remember I've never been under anesthesia, chock full of anxiety, like already, but
Yeah.
definitely in this scenario, and I'm fighting it, and I'm fighting it, and I'm like, I probably, I weigh nothing, and they're like, I remember my mom's in the room, and they're like, we can't give him any more anesthesia, like he just has to go to sleep, and I'm like, never, you know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
fighting it with everything I have in me. I had a strong will back then, and I remember the nurses going, "If you don't fall asleep soon, we're gonna start painting your toenails." And at the time, for some reason, that was
That's
like
like the worst
scary
thing
to me.
ever.
I
Yeah.
was like, "Don't paint my toenails." Now I'd be like, "Oh, that's low key kind of sick," but they're like, I'm like, "No, don't paint them." And then I remember the guy puts my fingers up in this like little contraption, like holds your arm up, and he
Uh-huh.
grabs my arm and they set my arm. And as soon as he sets my arm, I don't remember anything after that. I must have just passed out when he set my arm. And that was the
Damn,
last thing I remember. And that was the last bone I ever broke.
man.
It was a long, long story for 3 breaks on the same arm. But
I mean, yeah, but can you really count the last one because you didn't break it? It was broken for you.
well, 2 breaks and a broken finger. But yeah, no, they definitely broke it for me. That wasn't
Yeah,
all natural.
man. That's wild. That was like my biggest fear. So I have broken um I guess only two. All right, so I don't know. It's like two and a half. We'll get there. First one, this is gonna shatter everything that you ever thought about me, which like you may have already known this, but if you're watching this, you're never gonna look at me the same way. When I was in preschool, I broke my nose, and it's still like not straight. You might have noticed, and you'll definitely notice now. But it's okay because like the camera's at like a 1/3 angle, so it's cool. Anyways, how I broke it, I remember because I remember I had to go to the hospital and everything. It was a terrible experience afterwards, but I was always fast. I was a fast runner, and was like through middle school and stuff too. So in preschool, I was exceptionally fast because like I wasn't as short as everybody else quite yet. Um, I am now, so like my little legs hold me back. But back then, I was smoking my friend Bobby. Okay, and he needed to know it. So I'm running. I turn my head. I'm like, "You'll never catch me, Bobby." Turn back forwards. You know those trees that are so little that they can't even stand up straight by themselves, and they have like the ropes
Yeah, yeah,
tied
yeah.
around them and stuff. Yeah, I ran into that nose first, and bam, smacked that shit all the way sideways to the point where I had to go to the hospital. They had to put like little breathy thing on. I'm sure they had to like try to reset it, but they didn't do a great job if they did. So it is what it is. Broke my nose, and now my nostrils are like all sideways too, which is cool.
Do you remember that?
I remember bits and pieces of it. Like I remember Bobby. Shout out to Bobby. Hey, if you're out there, we were like preschool friends.
Big ups,
Yeah,
Bobby.
Bobby. But I just remember the hospital bit of it. That's really what I remember. So that was bone number
Yeah.
one. Bone number two. I was in 4th or 5th grade, and back then I played football, and so we had just played. I was on the Glen Allen Ravens. We had just played some team that was like the something something Giants, and off the like line of scrimmage, I like hit a little divot, and like it hurt, but I kept going, and I didn't really think much of it. And then the next day, my ankle hurt a bit worse. And I was like, "Hey, like mom and dad, it doesn't feel right." And they're like, "It's fine. Like, you're walking on it, so just keep going." And then 2 days after that, it had progressed to the point where like I really couldn't put any pressure on it at all. So then we went to the doctor, and they were like, "Yeah, yeah, you broke your ankle." And so I've been walking on it for like the last 3 days, and they put me in a cast and everything, and that cast ended up breaking on the heel. And so my biggest fear, because I'm still very like phobic of doctors' offices and stuff. That's a story for another day. But my biggest fear was A, going back to the doctor at all, and B, going back and having to get it reset because like the heel of my cast broke and like maybe my ankle didn't heal right. But yeah,
But you didn't immediately get a new cast when it broke? They told you just to keep rocking it out with that one?
no, they didn't tell me anything. I didn't tell anybody. I hid that
Oh,
shit.
it's a secret.
Yeah. Yeah, you're actually the first person I told. No, because when they were cutting it off, they were like, "Ooh, I don't know, like you should have come in. Like it might not be right." And also, yeah, that shit stank. It was on my foot and everything. Yeah, taking the rulers at school and shoving that shit in there to itch it. Man,
Did you let people sign your cast?
I think I did. I don't know. I don't really remember that. I was like a very strange kid. I didn't like getting drawn on. You know how like lots of people do that? Like they like draw on each other in school or draw on themselves. I was very against that, and I couldn't tell you why. It was like very much a sensory thing.
You know what? The reason that I asked that is because I remember having both cast, and my first one was lime green, and
Mhm.
everyone in my class had their signed, and I had to fight my demons because I wanted to do that because I always thought it looked so cool and other people could do that. But the thought of my cast that was like attached to my body having like blemishes all over it, basically like something that like wasn't perfect and clean, it just
Mhm.
stressed me out so much. So both of my casts were, it just looked like I had no friends. All the people with friends had like casts that were like decked
Yeah.
out in graffiti. I was like, no, I'm sorry. You like, people would be like, can I sign your cast? And I'd be like, I'm sorry about that, but you can't. Like I have to, it has to remain pure.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, it smells like shit and it's like filled with
Yeah.
gunk and like
Yeah, you're like Goob from Meet the Robinsons. They all hated me. Like, hey Goob, can we sign your cast?
Yo,
That's
you're
awesome.
exactly right. I for some reason felt like we were gonna have a similar vibe when it came to
Yeah, that was it
people
was a
signing your
very
cast.
it was a very pointed question. I knew that you were after something. Either you knew the answer or you were looking for one, a specific one. And then yeah, so the half, right? I said 2.5. So when I was in college, I skated like all the time and everywhere, and I always wore a helmet because that's what you're supposed to do. One day, I had just finished hurtling myself down hills. I lived in the mountains at the time, so that was easy to do. And I wanted to go like get chicken at like the food hall. So I put my helmet in my backpack and I was just cruising along on like the pavement of the school. And the next thing that I remember is being in the hospital. So the rest of this story is going to be told from my best friend Noah's point of view because he was there with me. So allegedly, right, I was skating. A guy on a bike was flying and hit me from behind, so I didn't see him coming. My head hit the pavement, and I went out like a light. And so apparently, Noah had. Well, I know this for a fact. Noah has like brain injury training, so he came over, was holding my head to make sure that I didn't like fuck up my neck or something. And when I came back, I tried to move and I couldn't. So I looked at Noah and I went, "Fuck you." That was the first thing I said when I came back. The second thing I
Just
said,
aggressive as fuck.
the second thing I said is, "Where's Mia?" Which is weird because at the time Mia lived like 380 miles away in Richmond while I was in Blacksburg. So like I was definitely not into it. The EMTs show up. They're like, "What's your name? What's your address?" I could give both of those fine. And then they said, "Who's the president?" And so it was right after the election. And so I went, "It's fucking not Obama," but I could not for the life of me remember that it was Trump. And so
Okay.
I was, they were like, "I think you're going to have to come with us." And I was like, "I don't think I do." And then Noah was like, "No, you have to." So then went to the hospital, had a very not fun experience. They said that I didn't break anything. But for weeks afterwards, my left ear specifically, was leaking like fluid. That
What
was
the fuck?
like yellow and brown when it dried up. So we think that was like probably like it, so it could have been cerebrospinal fluid if I had fractured my skull and it was coming out of like my ear canal. So not fun. But hey, look, we're here. I might be short a few brain cells and I can't tell the difference between Chipotle and Qdoba, but I couldn't before either. So we're rolling with it.
Dude, I love also, why were you so sassy about the president? You're like, it's not anyone but Obama.
Dude, I came back sassy as fuck. I think that's
They
like
just
who I
changed
am
you.
at my core. When you strip through like all the layers of my learned behaviors, at the very core of it all, I'm just a sassy little bastard.
Fuck you, where's me?
Yep, those are my number one and number two.
God damn it, dude. That's good. That's funny. I'm that terrified of the fact that you had potentially had a cracked skull and a brain injury and no one found out and you were just leaking goop. But
Yeah, no, I had a CAT scan and everything. So presumably they would have found it, but also that hospital was like notorious for like not great treatment. Like Mia's
The
grandmother
type of
went there.
hospital where they're like leaving sponges in you and shit.
Yeah, like one of those. Man. Yeah, but I mean, it wasn't fun. I apparently went to my physics lab the next day and I got full credit, even though I don't remember going. And I think that's just because I was like buds with a TA. I think he was like, he needs this. But yeah, for like the next week and a half to 2 weeks, I just sat in my room with all the lights off. Like I couldn't even look at my computer. Concussions are no fun. Would not recommend.
Damn, dude.
Yep.
Those were like way more intense. I would have much rather broke my arm. I had it easier for sure. Nose, head, I'm good, man.
Yeah.
With an arm, you just gotta learn to do everything with one arm. You're not like,
Yeah. I don't know.
I wasn't
because
sassy.
like I also don't think that I would want to break my arm because like for me it was kind of like it sucked for sure, but I don't remember most of it and I wasn't very present for like the worst of it, you know? Like when you break your arm, like you're there the whole time, you know? I was just, forgetting about President Trump saying it's fucking not Obama. Where's Mia?
You know what? Doesn't sound that bad actually. On second thought,
Yeah,
that
actually,
sounds
you know
kinda
what?
cool.
Never mind. It was pretty cool. Good time. Man.
Hell yeah, dude. I'm glad that you're here, and you know what? I don't think you're a few brain cells short.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
I think if anything, you gained some.
Yeah.
I have to
picked him
respond to
up.
the name Sassy Scody in chat, by the way.
Oh, snap. Is it time for
think-
some dessert? All right, we're back. And
Hell yeah.
we got the snack packs, which is you guys now. Welcome. If you're here, you're watching this now or in the future, you're part of the snack pack.
Literal snack pack.
Mm-hmm. Hey,
That's how fast the break was. We were having dessert with you guys. This is a lunch classic. If any, you know what we should do? Wait, this is important.
You want to trade?
We should, dude. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Wait,
Actually, you know
there's a
what?
delay for me.
Yeah. All right. So I'll hold my hand here, and then you just throw it from Ohio.
Yeah. Are you ready? Are you gonna catch
Yeah,
it?
I'm ready. I'm ready. Yeah.
Okay.
Ah.
Damn,
I got
oh,
it.
the green screen is just disappeared. Hell yeah, yeah. Hook me up.
Yep. All right. All right. You ready? I think I missed. All
Nope,
right,
I got it. I caught it with my feet. It's good. It's good. Hell
Damn.
yeah, dude.
Didn't know you were that good
Well,
with your feet. Holy shit.
Yeah, dude. Number 1 on Wiki Feet. Number 2 on Feet Finder.
Damn.
It's kind of
You got
kind
an
of a
Only
big
Feets?
deal. Is that actually a thing?
I don't know. It could be.
He knows.
See, but now,
Let's see
yeah,
here.
exactly. Now, if there is like an Only Feets, then you're gonna totally think that I have one. I could be on it. My lid says lid licking delightful. Does your lid say anything?
My lid doesn't say anything. I was really tempted to just go ham on that lid, and then I was like, yeah, people are watching me as well, so I have to
As I
remember that.
literally just went ham on the lid. I have no shame. I'll take 30 minutes to send you a selfie, but I'll lick a lid for free.
That's crazy. Did you play Little League Baseball?
Mm-hmm. I sure did.
Did you
I
ever
was a
sustain any
shortstop.
injuries?
Not from baseball, no. I mean, sure, I got hit with like plenty of balls and stuff, but nothing major.
Did you play outside of Little League, like into high school?
No. I played soccer when I was very little. Was too short to be the goalie, so I quit. Moved to baseball. Played shortstop, and then I was like, I want to play something else. I was good at baseball, and then I played football for a bit. Was not good at football, and then played a bit of lacrosse. I was okay at lacrosse, but I only played 2 years. That's everything.
I only played baseball. The only like team sport I ever played was baseball. I played up until like my senior year of high school, like right before college, and I feel like I sustained pretty much every injury that you could sustain during that. I
Damn.
definitely got hit with my like fair share of balls. Actually, the balls were taking me out. I got hit one time by someone line drive to baseball into my neck. I was pitching. I was a catcher, but I used to pitch like one inning because I couldn't pitch for very long because I threw sidearm, which is like miserable for your arm, and then your arm hurts way too bad. And they hit me so hard that it left all of the threads right on my throat, like threads from the baseball. And I took a pitch one time, actually in my ass. And I know that sounds like a joke, but one time I was standing there and I caught a pitch in my butt cheek. And I swear, dude, it was like impossible to walk for the rest of it. That might have been one of the ass injury might have been one of the worst injuries that I received from that.
Man. Yeah, that sounds terrible. Back when I was playing lacrosse, my friend Grayson was the goalie. And he played lacrosse for a long time. And somebody was just like ripping shots at the goal, and he was like being a goalie. But at this time, he was leaning down towards a bucket to grab a ball, and this kid rips one at the goal. And this kid was tall too, so he had like an arm on him and really flung that shit, and it caught Grayson right under the helmet, right in the neck, and that was bad. Like it like hit his like chin and stuff too, so yeah, he probably had like a mild concussion or something, but yeah, not fun. Lacrosse is pretty scary.
We didn't have that at my school.
Yeah, it was a pretty small crew at my school, but it was a lot of fun. Yeah.
I had the only experience I ever had outside of getting hit with a baseball was kind of similar. So like I said, I was a catcher. And I would say this might actually be like the overall worst because I thought that I broke my nose, but
damn,
I didn't actually break my nose. So what happened was I was catching, and this dude was gonna steal like second base, so run first to second. A pitch was thrown, the guy swung and missed, and dude started running. I had the ball. I was like, oh, I'm gonna be able to throw way more accurate if I knock this helmet off my head and try to throw him out, because sometimes I would do that if I thought I had enough time to do that. And I was actually telling Lycan this story the other day in Discord, but I throw my helmet off my head, and I go to and I throw it to throw this kid out. And at that exact same time, the batter, I don't think he ever actually I don't think he really knew what he was doing, and he was a really big dude, and he back swung the bat like to almost as if he was reloading for the next pitch. Like he was like sweet and like swung the bat back, and when he did, my dumbass is just standing there waiting to see what happens at second base, and the bat connects with my nose. And I felt like I just launched off of my feet and
in slow motion with like
dude.
the spit spray.
It sucked so bad, dude. And I sat out for 2 innings, and I think I was back in the game again.
Damn.
So if I broke it, I'm sure I would have been gone.
Yeah, that's still pretty brutal. I mean,
he was really apologetic though.
I bet, yeah. I can't imagine anything worse than, well, I mean, I guess getting hit with the bat would be worse, but second worst is like hitting somebody with a bat unintentionally.
I'm like laying there, I'm dying, there's blood pouring out of my nose. You're like, oh, poor guy, and you like walk up and hug the batter.
He didn't mean
You're gonna
it.
make it through this, buddy.
Go have a juice back. It's gonna be okay.
Oh shit, that's funny, dude. Oh shit.
What's up,
y'all? We're live. Let's go. We're digging the vibes. Hope to see more of y'all. We have to see more of you, dude. Speaking of the vibes and digging them, I feel like this was successful. I feel like this was a good fun. The segments were like pretty chill today. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah, definitely more to come. I mean, I'm already thinking of things that like we can do to add more content, to improve, make it, flow better, different things that we can have switch between us and stuff. So yeah, we're idea men. That's what we do.
Idea man. Ooh. Hell yeah. Lots of fun though. So tune in next week to see how many marshmallows Scody can fit in his mouth, and how many I can fit in my butt. No, but we're gonna be doing these every week on Tuesdays. Actually, this is not the normal day that we would do this. We were gonna stream yesterday, and I had this like crazy tornado warning that was like long-term tornadoes happening all day, and we were under a tornado warning from like 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. and I didn't want to get twisted out of here, so I was holed down in the basement, so we had to postpone our initial stream. But Tuesdays at roughly 7 p.m. EST, I think is a good time to expect us.
Yeah, and catch us on our various socials throughout the week. We'll be there.
YouTube, if you didn't get to catch the whole thing, Guala,
Yeah.
specifically you, I saw you came in at the end. You'll see us on YouTube.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, it's been real, but unfortunately, lunchtime's over.
Bye. See ya, Sister Slay.
I still didn't use Gyatt, but hey, it's okay. Back in the box we go.
I teed you up, bro.
Yeah, you did. I didn't. I thought the butterfly was gonna be it. It was not.
So the baseball hit me right up my ass. You're like, damn, that sucks.
Zero reaction. All right, it's over, guys. Go home.